Honorable Senators, we are not here for TikTok bites. We are here on a very serious matter.
Honorable Speaker, there was an imputation from the chair that some of us come here to collect TikTok videos. And it is something that has upset me greatly, Honorable Speaker, because I was elected to this house to represent people, and most of those people look like me. And Honorable Speaker, I remember very well two famous governors in the 2013-2022 period who used to produce very good content. They were dancing on platforms. One of them is now a cabinet secretary, the other is the Speaker of the Senate. So, Honorable Speaker, when did it become wrong for us to end up on social media, depending on the work that we do, and whether it is correct for the chair sitting there to impute improper motive on a senator who has come to do the job that he was sent here to do?
Senator from Nairobi City, you're out of order. If you read Standing Order 101, you cannot discuss the conduct of the Speaker.
Have you ever been contacted by President William Ruto on any issue relating to this broad-based working arrangement?
No. I don't even have William Ruto's number, and he can't call me. Because if I don't have your number, you can't call me.
The event was graced by none other, His Excellency President Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, a man of two terms, who attended as the chief guest. It brought together government leaders, conservationists,
Sifuna,
and members of the local community in united effort
Senator
to safeguard the
Cherargei, there is a point
ecosystem.
of order. Please sit down as the...
Honorable Speaker, the rules of this House require that statements are approved by your office and that when they come to the floor, they shall be read as approved, as is. Can we confirm from this text that was approved by the Speaker whether the question of one term or two term was included in that statement by the Senator for Nandi? Because this is not a place for jokes, Honorable Speaker. We are not here to play games. Let him confirm to us, and the Speaker, you can check whether that word that he has used is in that approved statement. If he wants to make his own statements, he can go to rallies there in Kapsabet. But here we are here for serious business. You don't waste our time listening to rubbish.
Sifuna, when we sit separately, he knows how the election was lost. So Sifuna, even when you cry, you...
How was it?
I know, it was stolen.
No.
Come on.
No. Why was yours not stolen?
Mine was not stolen.
No, why was yours not stolen?
Because it is not as consequential.
No.
How was it lost, Jack?
Yeah, it is.
How was it?
How was it lost?
Now that you say you people know.
How it was lost?
Yeah.
They mismanaged their campaigns.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, they never even protected their vote. In fact, they did not even have agents.
Okay.
You see,
but let's not go there. Let's not go there.
But let me just ask you one question. Owino, why is there a need to protect votes? From what? Why does anyone need to protect votes?
Why do you need a server?
No, I'm just asking you.
My question is,
why do you need to protect votes?
Fine.
Why
do we have a server?
No, a server is just a technological advancement to collect
results. Is it for protection?
No, that's what I'm asking you.
No. Is it for protection?
It's not for protection. I'm asking you, why in an electoral system that is supposed to be free and fair, why do I need agents? Why? Why do I need agents in an election?
Why is it in our process we need to take records?
I think his point is if it was right and credible, you would not need to have some.
Why do you have a watchman in your house?
Because they are thieves. Because they are thieves.
Yes.
And electoral thieves, if you are not vigilant, they end up in the place that you are. That's what we are saying. You are thieves. You stole the election.
But the Supreme Court disagrees with that.
Your party did not even carry out nominations.
Let's
Goja. Excuse me, I was with him.
Yeah.
His party did not even carry out nomination.
What do you mean? I'm the SG of ODM. We carried out nomination.
Where? I was a candidate.
You lost the nomination.
I did not.
Alwale, we were talking about...
You know what you did.
We know we are deviating from the conversation.
No, we are not deviating. Let him just be told...
The possible...
Excuse me. Let him accept defeat.
Now.
The election was not stolen. He won his...
That was settled by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Alwale, you're talking about an economic stimulus package.
No Kenyan hates Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. He's loved for what he's done before. The only problem is refusing to accept defeat. And he knows why he didn't win. You know, me, Sifuna is his friend, and they are family friend. Me is my brother. I can't change it. Not even brother by being a Luo. We share a great-grandfather.
Oh.
Are you getting
He's
me?
your relative?
Yes, he's my relative. And it's a fact. He cannot come here and deny it. We share same DNA, and we don't hate him. Yeah. We love him so much, and what we need to do is to unite this country.
Where do we go from here now? Kenyans are saying we are suffering now. The realities are the cost of fuel has gone up. What is being done? That is what everybody keeps asking wherever we go. Stop with all the blame games. What is being done?
We are in a bad place, not as a government or as a nation, but today the entire world is faced with economic recession. Many reasons, but the most challenging was the 2 years when the world stopped working, thanks to COVID-19.
Yeah. Khalwale, it is a fact that 79 shillings out of every litre of petrol in this country is tax. It is tax because it is itemized, and you can tell that this is the percentage that is going to fuel levy, this is the percentage that is going to VAT. I gave you the example that the 8% increase that we added on the VAT for fuel is responsible for 14 shillings. Now, it is just a matter of math. If you have added 8% and it is resulting in an increase of 14 shillings, if you take away 8%, it should take away 14 shillings. We have argued with you that because of the economic situation in the country, we, in our own view, did not support the imposition of extra taxation on Kenyans at this point in time, because we need for the economy to recover, we need for people's pockets to recover. And it is having a negative effect. You have seen reports of major global conglomerates who operate in this country, manufacturers, shedding jobs. You have had it. You have had a reduction of taxes because Kenyans are consuming less. Even the petrol, it has had the opposite effect. The revenues that were expected to be raised by government are not being realized. It is also not true that the current regime is not borrowing to finance recurrent expenditure. The control of budget told us the other day that in the period between April and June, government debt grew by 860 billion. Essentially, we are fully 10 billion shillings a day. That is not me. That is the control of budget. We have also been told, Trevor, that because of the cost of living, the margin of increase in the cost of living, the cost of produce and the cost of goods, there has been a 24% increase on the cost of hospitality. The money that is spent by government on bashes and travel and entertaining. And you would not be surprised that the #1 government entity spending at least 2.3 billion shillings on hospitality is the office of a president. So let these people not tell us many stories. The very clear solution to this problem is known. First of all, we all need to tighten our belts. You cannot be asking Wanjiku, you cannot be asking Mama Mboga and Boda Boda to tighten their belts, yet your belt, you have even removed it and thrown it away. You are spending through 2.3 billion shillings. I gave you the example last time we were here. The office of the deputy president put out an advertisement for seafood, supply of seafood. What does Gachagua know about seafood? Huyu ni mtu wa Mutura, anatafuta seafood ya nini, and it is at the expense of our taxpayers' money. You should cut that spending first before you tell Kenyans to tighten their belts, you know. So the problems are known, the solutions are known. We asked for a reprieve. We even told them that because Kenyans are suffering, please reinstate that subsidy. Yeah. At some point, they tried to reinstate it. They reinstated it in part. Yeah. Then they called it something else, fuel stabilization. Because these people, they fear doing the right thing because they say Sifuna and the opposition will take credit. Yeah. That is not our intention. Our intention is not to say, oh, we were right and you were wrong. Please, just solve the Mwananchi problems. Let the country move on so that we can discuss other things. Kenya Power used to send us an itemized bill, where you could see each and every tax that is going was coming from your pocket. And when the Senate began that inquiry, they changed the way in which they send you the bill. If you buy purchase tokens of 100 shillings now, they will not tell you what the fuel cost charge is. Yeah. They're trying to hide these things within other things so that the representatives of the people don't focus on them. So my bill is trying to address three things. Yeah. There's something called a capacity charge, that we pay for the capacity, whether that the capacity of the generating plant, whether that plant is actually selling electricity to Kenya Power or not. And to address that, we have said Kenya Power should not give any more power purchase agreements until the need for that new capacity is established. Number one. Number two, there is something called fuel cost charge. The fuel cost charge makes up to, if you buy tokens of 100 shillings, 24 shillings is for fuel cost adjustment. And that is as a result of all the electricity that is consumed that is generated using thermal sources. Yeah. So we need to grow our green energy sources, and we have said, proposed in that bill, because we have capacity of cheaper green sources of electricity. Yeah. That person who's called the dispatcher at Kenya Power should give priority to cheaper, greener electricity before dispatching what they call the thermal sources of electricity. And finally, we deal with the question of forex fluctuation by also addressing the question of the denomination of the loans that are used to construct these power plants in foreign currency. So,
okay. Charles, what do you think of immediate intervention measures?
No, first of all, I want to congratulate Sifuna. Yeah. Because now he speaks like somebody who went to the school where Dr. Halwale we know. Yes, because that is what is expected of a man of his caliber and age, who has a lot of future with him. Because we expect them to discuss some of these problems within the legislative frames that they have, either in Senate or in Parliament. I'm proud when I hear that as a member of the Energy Committee, he's involved in looking at solutions to some of these problems and not carrying sufuria, wasting time in the street and lying to
Point of order.
I'm sorry.
Point of order.
So yeah, I also agree with him on the point of order, because that also supports the ego of the people who voted him, whom he said they must cry together, at least so that they get some solace. This government came into place and found the treasury was completely robbed. There was virtually nothing. And that we had very huge debts. That meant that if we could not pay our debts, we could not service our debts, then our economy was going to be insolvent.
Honorable Cheriot, you are just lucky that I have been directed to be nice. Otherwise, you would have seen the full wrath of Edwin Sifuna. Honorable Speaker, I want these demons who have been sent to tempt me to break the directive by my party leader to depart from me. Leave me alone. Honorable Speaker, therefore, now that I have seen the CS, I will take my seat because it was very critical. But as Senator Wambua has said, the communication to this House
he was on the floor of the House. Can
please
allow him to finish? Senator,
can you throw this guy out? Is Senator Cheriot above the law? Is Senator Cheriot above the law, Honorable Speaker?
Order, senators.
He can't heckle like this.
Order, senators.
He can't heckle like this.
Order, senators. Order.
Nimehusunika sana kwa Senator wa Nairobi kwa yale mambo ameongea hapa kuhusu rais wa Kenya. Nilikuwa kifikiria angeongea vile tunaweza kumsaidia, vile gavana wa Nairobi, vile drainage itatengenezwa na vile kamati itahundwa, vile watu watalipwa wale ambaye vitu yao imeenda na maji, na vile familia nyingi watu wengine wameaga dunia, vile wataweza kusaidiwa na serikali, na vile gari zingine zimeenda na boma nyingi imewachwa na janga la njaa na mambo mengine. Kwa ile mambo anakuja kuongea hapa ni mambo ya aina njia, ni mambo ya kuongea kwa sababu hayuko kwa broad based, ndio naona anapinga serikali hii ya muungano. Kwa hivyo Bwana Speaker, nasema Senator wa Nairobi anafaa awe na akili timamu ndio aweze kuendelea njia ile inafaa. Kwa sababu anafikia mambo ya timu moja. Hii haitasaidia ndio tuweze kuendelea njia ile inafaa. Asante Bwana Speaker.
mtu akithubutu kumtoa Sifuna katika ODM Secretary General, yeye ndiye itakuwa mwisho wa ODM.
Secretary General, tupatie mwelekeo.
Yes, Sifuna. When I say you are not electable, I'm not saying it because I hate you. It's because I know you tried twice in Bungoma.
Which year and which year? You are saying, talk about facts. Which year and which year?
This has got nothing to do with personality.
Don't be angry.
We're talking about bigger issues.
Don't discuss me. Discuss the issues.
We're talking about the bigger issues.
You're not here to discuss
I'm focusing on solutions.
You can come to my house, we can discuss each other.
I'm responding. I can come to your house, or you can
or I can come to yours, and then we discuss.
I have a home, you have a house.
It doesn't matter. I will also grow old, Khalwale, at some point. Growing old is not anything that makes you special. We all grow old.
So when you have a home, is when you can then invite me to your home.
A home is just an old house.
Yeah, so
how many years am I, Khalwale? Does he know? I am the age of some of his children. I cannot have run in 3 elections. How? Unless I started running when I was 17. In Nairobi, when the votes were finally counted and announced, Edwin Sifuna received the highest number of votes. I got more votes than Sakaja. I got more votes than Ruto.
Are you playing?
That should tell him something. You cannot call somebody who is in Senate with you unelectable.
Sifuna, you're rubbish yourself. Get out. He called me rubbish.
Mr. Speaker, if this was Sifuna, he would have been thrown out of the house already. I cannot speak. I'm being heckled throughout.
You want me to enforce the rules? Senator Sifuna. Okay, get out. Get out, Sifuna. I have asked you. I will not tell you. Stand, Sergeant at Arms. Get Senator Sifuna out of this house.
Protect me, Mr. Speaker. I'm on a point of order. I am on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. I am on a point of order, Mr. Speaker. Protect me. I have to finish.
Conclude, Senator. Conclude.
I must finish. If this conduct was coming from me, already I would have been thrown out of this house. Can you protect me so that I am heard in silence? I need to be protected, Mr. Speaker.
Sifuna, you are rubbish yourself. Get out. He called me rubbish.
Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, mimi siwezi jiita rafiki yako, ukweli tu. Sisi sio marafiki, hata leo ndio mara ya kwanza tumepatana hapa. Lakini nataka kukuambia mimi sinanga ubaya na wewe. Hakuna kitu chochote ambacho kinaleta uhasama. Hata huyu rafiki yangu hapa Kagusha juzi alisema kwa TV kichwa yangu ni kubwa sana. Mheshimiwa Naibu Rais, na unajua mimi ni Mluya. Sasa alikuwa anataka nifanye namna gani? Sisi watu wa Luya kila kitu ni kubwa. Ukiangalia size ya kiatu nimevaa, uangalie kichwa, uangalie mapua, kila kitu ni kubwa. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, ile mambo ambayo ilikuwa inatuletea tofauti, mimi naona ni kama inaenda ikipungua. Kwa sababu nilifurahi sana nilisikia juzi hata wewe mwenyewe ukasema ya kwamba mumeangalia wakati ya implementation na mswada wa fedha mwaka uliopita, implementation ya ile taxation ambayo umeweka. Wananchi wenu wenyewe wanawaambia kuna mahali kiatu kinawafinya, wanataka turekebishe hiyo sheria ya ushuru. Haswa wale wakulima wa avocado. Ama nilisikia mambo yangu walisema turekebishe. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, nataka kukuambia wakati ambapo mtafanya marekebisho kwa huu mswada, kwa sababu ile kelele yote ulikuwa unasikia tunapiga ilikuwa kwa sababu ya kusema kwamba kuna masuala ambaye tunaweza kuangalia turekebishe. Utaleta hiyo mswada, mimi na Kagusha huyu ako nyuma yangu, tutafanya ile mabadiliko inahitajika ili wakulima wetu wasiendelee kungangana. Ile mambo mengine ile ilikuwa inafanya tunaleta tofauti ni vile ulikuwa unasema watu kama Sifuna hawana shares katika hii nchi. Lakini nilikuja nikasikia wewe mwenyewe ukasema ya kwamba lazima ili tujenge nchi, kila Mkenya ajisikie kwamba yeye yuko ndani ya serikali hii na yuko ndani ya nchi hii ya Kenya. Tukamalizana na hiyo maneno. Kwa hivyo mimi sina ubaya na wewe, mimi nakutakia kila laheri. Sisi kama watu wa upinzani, kazi yetu ni kukosoa serikali wakati ambapo inaenda mradi.
You are not special. You are under oath and you have an obligation constitutionally to tell the truth.
It is you who is saying so.
Governor,
I didn't say so.
Could
Senator,
you address Senator Sifuna through
he's
the
also
chair?
now he's harassing me.
No.
I
will make that determination if I feel
he's now harassing me.
You are harassing the chair by talking when the chair is talking. Please listen to me.
Katika kikao cha kamati ya uhasibu wa bunge la Seneti, Gavana Mbarire alikubali kuwa makosa yalifanyika na kwamba pesa hizo zilizotengewa ujenzi wa kiwanda maalum zitarejeshwa.
Just 2 days ago, we had a similar case where they raided the deposits account to finance a housewarming for the speaker's residence. So now that the refund has not been done, to give us some commitment to which we can hold you accountable.
We realized that it was an illegality, and I want to promise that going forward, that is not going to happen again in Embu County. It's the first time we did it, I think under immense pressure, but we will never do it again.
I think that's good.
I want to promise that going forward.
But somebody who knows this is illegal and they go and do it and then they come and tell us here stories about honesty, those ones must be subjected to even more severe punishment than the people who do break the law out of ignorance of the law. These are those criminals who know they are breaking the law. These ones, remember.
Kamati ya uhasibu ya bunge la Seneti ilimhoji gavana Mbarire kutokana na ripoti ya mkaguzi mkuu Nancy Gathungu ambayo ilibainisha wazi jinsi sheria ilivyokiukwa kupitia tukio hilo.
Fred Matiang'i has his faults, but if he's going to help us remove William Ruto, so be it. So be it.
Former Deputy President Gachagua?
He is impeached. He cannot run. I don't understand why people talk about him as a viable candidate. The Constitution says once you're impeached, you cannot run.
As Kingmaker? Is he someone you would work with?
I don't know about Kingmaker. Let me tell you about my view of Gachagua as in terms of value proposition. The value proposition for Gachagua, for me, from an ODM perspective, is that he is taking away votes that helped beat us in 2022. For as long as he's taking away votes from Ruto, I don't care where he takes them. He is not giving William Ruto. Are you getting my point?
Tumeingia pamoja na kina Cheruyot ati tuko pamoja. Hatuko pamoja. Sisi watu ya ODM tuliangalia vitu inafanyika na mandege hii Kenya, tukaambiwa Sifuna, ukiingia ndege hakikisha kuna mtu ya UDA pia ameingia hiyo ndege. Ndio kama kuna hasara, kama kuna hasara itapatikana, ODM ipoteze, UDA ipoteze, tutoke draw. Ndio maana nimekuja na Cheruyot, hatuko pamoja. Mtu asikudanganye bwana. Niseme nisiseme, Mweleo Ochanda, nimekuangalia hapa mbele ukizungumza nikashangaa kama huu ni ule Ochanda nilikuwa naona chungwa hausakilia juu ya tiketi ya chama cha ODM. Sikutambui tena ndugu yangu, wewe umekuwa mtu tofauti sana, kwa sababu safari ya watu wa ODM, chama chetu baba amekijenga juu ya msingi ya kutetea wananchi hawa. Hawa ndio wadosi wetu hawa. Mheshimiwa Ochanda, wewe unakuja unatuambia ati tunahitaji ushuru kwa sababu ya barabara. Hiyo barabara iko wapi? Edi amekutajia hapa budget ya saa hii haina barabara. Unatuambia JSS walimu wameandikwa kutoka hata na serikali ya Moi, hakuwa anatuletea hii ushuru mnatuletea. Mimi nikisoma hii budget Ochanda najua hujasoma.
There is people who claim Sifuna has never built a single toilet in this county. If these students of State House girls were to speak, they would tell you what the Senate office in Nairobi has done in their school in appreciation of the good work that the teachers are doing there, in appreciation of what the teachers and the students have done in terms of being a stellar institution in terms of education in our county. So I also want to say that I hope as your senator I don't cause any embarrassment to you, that you are proud of the work that I do on your behalf, on behalf of your parents who elected me. I wish you all the best in your studies. Best believe that you can become anything that you want to become in life, for as long as you're able to take everything in its stage. Right now you are in school, you focus on that, and surely God will come through for you in whatever dreams that you have. I am telling you, Halwale, stop talking. Today you and Kagushia go and get the entire army of the Kenya Defense Forces if you want. I will give you the location of Raila. Come and arrest him. You people are cowards. Stop talking and threatening us. Next week we are with you on the streets. You can arrest me now. You can arrest me now. Take me to court. You don't take people to court to test a law. You take somebody, Khalwale, you are a seasoned lawyer, you are a seasoned politician. You should know how the criminal justice system works. You don't take somebody to court. You don't take somebody to court and let us just find out how Article 37 works. No, that is not how court processes matters of criminal conduct. You have evidence, you have the facts, you weigh the facts and the evidence, and then you take it to a magistrate and say, Sifuna uprooted the railway. On this day, he was here uprooting the railway. If you are saying that I have paid goons, there is a trace. You can trace money. How money moves, if it was sent on mobile phone, if I gave them cash, you have to show what we call a causal link. And again, I'm falling into this trap of educating the uneducatable. I am not going to do it anymore. For us, Trevor, once we agree on a cause of action and we know we are right by the law and by the people, we are going to proceed. We will not explain to the constitutional illiterates what Article 37 means and the bounds of that article.
So
we're going to proceed.
You said the next week it's going to be 3 Sifuna responding. Let him respond, then I'll come to you. So
first of all, you know, like for me as SG of ODM, as a Senator of Nairobi, I don't need to defend anything. I think my record is out there in public. It is not. This is not the first demonstration that we have led. Kenyans know. In fact, this jacket is a very famous jacket, other than the T-shirt that the police went with. I have led from the front, and we don't go out there to be arrested because we don't go out to break the law. I personally understand the bounds of Article 37. Khalwale doesn't know that, in fact, Article 37 has already been litigated in court, and the courts have pronounced the bounds of Article 37. All these small things that he throws around. How many years am I, Khalwale? Does he know? I am the age of some of his children. I cannot have run in 3 elections. How? Unless I started running when I was 17. Number two, in Nairobi, when the votes were finally counted and announced, Edwin Sifuna received the highest number of votes. I got more votes than Sakaja. I got more votes than Ruto. That should tell him something. You cannot call somebody who is in Senate with you unelectable. Number three, I actually have been arrested. I was arrested in Kiambu in the first last round of Maandamano, and you don't understand how people end up arraigned in court, because there's somebody called the office of a prosecutor who has to weigh the evidence that has been presented against you and make a decision whether that case is sustainable. The DPP made that decision. It was not Sifuna. I am not the DPP. He made the decision that there was no evidence to link me to the violence that you are accusing me when you arrested me to go to Kiambu. But Trevor, we have said a few things. That number one, we are no longer going to explain ourselves. We don't have that luxury anymore, because it's like talking to a stone. Somebody here says, oh, your MP was absent during the vote. Talk about the vote you took yourself, Kagushia, because that was a positive step you took to impose a pain on your people. I can assure you, Kagushwa, that if you went to your own constituency right now, your people don't support the decision that you took, because they have told us that they are unhappy with the extra taxation that was taken. Even if all our members were present, and we have seen it even in the Senate, Trevor, I was not elected to convince people to do the right thing. The right thing should come to you as a matter of course. Nobody is there to persuade Khalwale to vote for extra allocation of money to Kakamega County. When the bill comes, Trevor, can you imagine what these people are saying? A bill has come, you are a senator, you are elected to do only one job, to get extra money for your county. Our own committee in Senate has said, let us give counties 407 billion shillings. Ati Sifuna is expected to be there on the floor to convince Khalwale to add money to his own county of Kakamega. That money is not coming to Sifuna. Khalwale votes to deny Kakamega money. Then he comes here to tell people that, oh, Sifuna is a coward. You are the biggest coward.
Where is the money?
You are the biggest coward, because you cannot, in the face of your the choice between the rights of your own people, Kagushia, and the directive that you have received from State House, you chose to capitulate because you fear William Ruto. Who's the coward here? Number two, Trevor, we have spoken about defacing Raila. I have said here before that I wish we allowed cameras in ODM meetings, because Raila has created an environment where people can speak freely. He ran away from the oath of office, the swearing in of Raila, and is accusing me, who was present to swear in Baba because we believe Baba won the election, of cowardice. I mean, what logic do these people employ? Where is the logic there? Khalwale and Musalia disappeared because, for us, We had been threatened. We had been told we were going to be shot. We were ready for whatever it is the state was going to throw to us. We showed up because the people knew that was the right thing to do. I am telling you, Halwale, stop talking. Today, you and Kagushia go and get the entire army of the Kenya Defense Forces if you want. I will give you the location of Raila. Come and arrest him. You people are cowards. Stop talking and threatening us. Next week, we are with you on the streets. You can arrest me now. You can arrest me now. Take me to court. You don't take people to court to test a law. You take somebody. Khalwale, you are a seasoned lawyer. You are a seasoned politician. You should know how the criminal justice system works. You don't take somebody to court. You don't take somebody to court and let us just find out how Article 37 works. No. That is not how court processes matters of criminal conduct. You have evidence, you have the facts, you weigh the facts and the evidence, and then you take it to a magistrate and say, Sifuna uprooted the railway. Yeah. On this day, he was here uprooting the railway. Okay. If you are saying that I have paid goons, there is a trace. You can trace money. How money moves if it was sent on mobile phone. If I gave them cash, you have to show what we call a causal link. Yeah. And again, I'm falling into this trap of educating the uneducatable. I am not going to do it anymore. For us, Trevor, once we agree on a cause of action and we know we are right by the law and by the people, we are going to proceed. We will not explain to the constitutional illiterates what Article 37 means and the bounds of that article. So we're going to proceed.
You said the next week it's going to be 3.
From Monday, we will have protests. And this is the reason. We have received communication from some Kenyans. They are saying that sometimes you schedule this maandamano on a day that is not convenient for me, but I would like to come. So we are introducing shifts. If you are free on Monday, come and let's demonstrate. Then allow others to demonstrate on Tuesday, those who are free on Tuesday, and on Wednesday. But for those of us who are here every day, we are going to have maandamano from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Every week until that ostrich pulls its head out of the sand and listen to.
But what is the end game, Sifuna? What does this change?
The end game, Trevor. We have said here that we have used all the language we know. We have tried persuasion. We have even tried mediation through the fake dialogue that was initiated by Ruto. We committed our all to have that conversation with these people. They refuse to listen. You bring a bill and then you claim to engage the public in participation on the creation of that bill. 99% of the people come and tell you that this is something that we do not want. You trash all their views, Trevor, and yet you exercise power on their behalf. Kagushia cannot tell you on this show that the people that he represents wanted that new taxation, that they are now enjoying the extra taxation. They pontificate about being people who are believers in the rule of law. Even today, Trevor, the fuel outside here is being sold at a higher price in contempt of a court. Then you come and tell us you are the rule of law president. They don't even know what rule of law means. Okay. So what we are saying, Trevor, until you listen to the people, we will grab that ostrich by the scruff of its neck and pull its head out of the sand until they listen to the people.
Okay, so it's...
Wanasema huyu Sifuna kazi yake ni kwenda kwa TV. Hiyo TV si yangu. Hata wewe kama una maneno ya kusema unaweza itwa huko useme mambo yako. Enda pia wewe ujieleze. Kama hauna namba ya Ivono Kwara sema saa hii nikupatie. Nimwambie hata wewe una maoni unataka kwenda kusema. Baba nalaumiwa kwa kusema kwamba mimi chama changu ni ODM. Hiyo makosa iko wapi? Nalaumiwa kwa kusema kiongozi wangu ni Raila Amolo Odinga na bado yuko hapa. Watu wanaongea ni kama baba hayuko. Kwani huyu ni nani bana? Who is this? Si ni baba. Wewe unakuaje mwanachama wa ODM? Unasema baba akisema left ni left, right ni right, lakini unasimama unasema 2027 si tunaunga mtu mwingine. Baba amekutuma useme hiyo mimi. Baba ndiye amekutuma useme hiyo vitu. Wase enyo khembolele sasa bantu bano bakira nako kamalalu. Bantu bano bakira nako kamalalu. Ne baba bali Sifuna omulalu. Bali Sifuna has no respect. Which respect? What have I done wrong? Mimi ndio Sifuna.
Mheshimiwa Rais, mimi ndio Sifuna.
Mimi ndio Sifuna. Ndio naanza washaingia baridi. Waambie watulie, si ndio?
Mwambia Jalango, tafadhali waacha kuchochwa na watu. Hata kama utafika 2027, you know, these are young people. These are people wenye mimi nilikuwa natarajia kwamba tutatembea nao katika safari ya kisiasa kwa muda mrefu. Lang'ata hupati tena.
Ukileta kitu ya ODM hapa, Sifuna can kill you. But where he draws the line is where matters Nairobi are being discussed. When did you ever see him do a public meeting to discuss the issues of Nairobi with the residents of this town?
Nataka niseme hapa mbele yako baba, ya kwamba chama hiki ambacho umetuachia, mimi Sifuna sitakuwa baadhi ya wale ambao watachangia kuangusha chama cha Raila Amolo Odinga.
Itakuwaje leo mnawakaribisha watu ambao wanakandamiza haki za wananchi ati na wao waingie ODM? Mmekosa viongozi. Mmekosa viongozi.
Having deliberated on matters relating to the conduct of the Secretary General, Senator Edwin Sifuna, the NEC resolved to remove him from office with immediate effect in accordance with the party.
If the CS is tired of answering questions by the representatives of the people, let him tell us. Let him tell us. He can walk out and come back on a day that he feels his temperament is something that is befitting of a cabinet secretary of the Republic of Kenya. This is Parliament. We are not here to be nice to each other. You are saying you are giving answers to the public. Those public don't ask you those questions anymore. They ask us. We are the ones elected by the public. So, Honorable Chair, I think the CS must apologize for throwing a tantrum here. Yet we are here on serious business to be able to find answers to the questions of the public.
A back and forth between the Senator and CS John Mbadi on the new revelations got the session literally on fire.
Hatuko hapa kusikia masuala ya chama cha ODM, tuko hapa kwa mazishi kumfariji Kingi. Heshimu wa Mijikenda.
A few moments later.
Nilimsikia anasema hapa ati watu tunampangia hila. Eti sijui tumshike tumnajisi. Hata kama wewe ni wa kunajisi, si unaangalia mtu unanajisi. Mimi kama mwanaume Mluya nawaambia, hata kazi ile tunafanya kwa kitanda tunaangalia vitu ambavyo vinalika bwana. Hakunajisi wewe nani Aisha Jumwa, labda ujinajisi wewe mwenyewe. Ukijiangalia kwenye kioo, sisi tunakula vitu vimekolea bana. Watoto wako hapa kina Anifa. Anifa, simama watu waone bana. Ni lazima kitu kiliwe. Tafuta kitu ambacho kikipika kinaivika. Hiyo yake utachemsha siku ngapi ndio ikuwe tayari kula bana. Sisi hatuna haja na wewe. Kiuno chako ulichobeba ndani ya kiuno hicho hatuna shughuli nacho. Tulimalizana na wewe, hakuna mtu ana shughuli na wewe. Mnaniona vizuri? Mimi ndio Sifuna, katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, seneta wa kaunti ya Nairobi na naibu kiranja wa walio wachache kwenye bunge la Senate. Nimefika hapa. Unajua kuna watu wanataka kutuambia matanga gani tunaweza enda, harusi gani tunaweza enda, na wanataka kutuchagulia marafiki na maadui. Sisi wa Nairobi, sisi ni familia moja. Huyu Mheshimiwa Gakuya ni mbunge wa Embakasi North. Kule Embakasi North, kama hamjui, walichagua senator wa ODM, wakachagua MP wa UDA, wakachagua MCA kule Dandora 4 wakaweka ODM, Dandora 3 wakaweka UDA, hiyo ingine wakagawa vile wanataka. Wana ODM, wana DCP, wana ODM, wana UDA, wana Wiper. Nairobi wote walipewa nafasi. Wacha niwaambie, Nairobi ilituma jumla ya watu 19 kwenye bunge. 18 actually members of the National Assembly and one senator. Kwa hiyo group ya watu 19, kama hamjui, iko Waluya, iko Wajaluo, iko wa Kikuyu, iko wa Kamba, iko wa Somali, tulichagua mpaka Mgiriki. Women rep wa Nairobi ni wa wapi? Ni wa Greece. Sasa ndio mjue sisi zote Nairobi ni ndugu. Huyu ndugu yangu wakati anachaguliwa Embakasi North, mimi nilishinda kiti ya senator Embakasi North. Huyu hapa. Na hakuna siku hata wakati tunafanya campaign tuligwaruzana na yeye. Mheshimiwa Gakuya, hata watu wa ODM ambao wanaishi kule Embakasi North walikupigia kura. Hata wao wakati unafanya maendeleo wananipea ripoti kama Secretary General. Wananiambia basari unagawa mzuri. Wananiambia maendeleo unapeleka kila mahali. Si ati kwa sababu Dandora 4 hawakuchagua mtu ya UDA kama MCA ati hampati maendeleo. Wanapata. Wale wapati wakuja waniambie leo. So sisi tunataka kusema kama watu wa Nairobi, sisi ni timu moja. Na wakati kuna masuala ambayo yanahusu Nairobi, tunasimama sisi sote kwa kipamoja. Mwaka uliopita sisi wote ambao tumechaguliwa kwa bunge, 19 of us, wakati ambapo tuliona kwamba recruitment ya jeshi sio fair kwa watu wa Nairobi, wanatupatia centers kidogo. Mheshimiwa Gakuya alikuwa wa kwanza kuweka sahihi. Tulienda mpaka kotini kustaki serikali ya Kasongo, kumwambia lazima tupewe fairness pale Nairobi, vijana wetu pia wapate nafasi. Mheshimiwa Mawadhe yuko hapa, alitia sahihi. Mheshimiwa Mark Mwenje na wote ambao wamechaguliwa. Nataka Mheshimiwa Gakuya, kwa niaba yangu mwenyewe, kwa niaba ya watu wote wa Nairobi, kwa niaba ya chama kizima cha ODM, niseme pole kwa kumpoteza mama yako. Kupoteza mama ni kitu kichungu sana. Na Mheshimiwa Gachagua, sisi huwa tunasimama pamoja. Hata mara ya kwanza mimi na wewe kupatana kwenye hafla kama hii, tulikuwa Nyeri kwa ndugu yangu huyo amekaa nyuma yako, Meja Dong, tukisindikiza mzazi. Tumeenda mpaka kule Ukambani kwa ajili ya kumsindikisha mzazi wa Mawadhe wakati alikufa. Wote ambao wamewahi kupata msiba kama huu, huwa tunajitokeza sote kama wana Nairobi. So mtu asiniulize nafanya nini hapa. Unajua moderator, kuna watu wamechaguliwa constituencies ambao familia yao peke yao is big enough kufikisha kura 15,000 mtu anakuwa mbunge. Pale Nairobi lazima uchaguliwe na kila mtu. Mimi Sifuna nimepigiwa kura pale Nairobi na kabila zote ndio ukue senator wa county ya Nairobi. Wakamba lazima wakuunge, Wakikuyu lazima wakupigie, Waluya wakupigie, Wajaluo wakupigie, Waindi wakupigie. Bila kura yao hauingi. So pale Nairobi hatutaki kuambiwa mambo na watu ambao kwa kijiji yao peke yao, kijiji tu, wako familia yao wamezaana sana, wamefikisha watu 3,000 wanakuchagua na kuwa mbunge. Nairobi is a different issue, na sisi tunaishi pamoja. Mimi nimesema sitakubali mtu anichagulie marafiki zangu, sitakubali mtu anichagulie maadui wangu. Wewe kama uko na shida na Methu kwa sababu huwa anyoi, hiyo ni yako.
I can see Bramwell is trying to be clever. Bramwell, is there an officer called Anastasia Sumbua in your department?
Yes, she's a...
What is her position?
She's a principal fire officer.
What is her qualification?
She's in theology.
Correct.
And
let's move to the next one. Just a minute.
Because disaster management.
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Is there somebody called Juliana Nzioki?
Correct.
What is her position?
I think she's also a principal, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. What is her qualification?
She has, I was just looking at it a minute ago.
So that it is not, Governor,
Yeah.
it seems that we just perpetuate fake news on the media.
Yeah.
And it is intended to help you reallocate these resources in a manner that will be most efficient for the people of Nairobi. Juliana Nzuki has a degree in theology as well.
Can you confirm that, Bramwell?
I'll go through the list.
Bramwell, can you confirm that?
I can confirm that, Chair.
Good.
Okay,
Let's go to Brian Kariuki, the Chief Fire Officer.
He's not chief fire officer.
What is
There is no gentleman called Brian Kariuki.
He is, but he's not the chief fire officer.
What is his position?
He's probably just part of the fire team.
What is his qualification?
I would have to check.
He is a library, is a degree in library studies. You will check with me.
Yes.
Lastly, Chair, Disaster Management Officer, Belinda Anyango.
Is she there? Yes, she is.
What is her position?
I wouldn't, but I would agree with whatever she...
No, Bramwell. You are not going to...
But, Chair, I need to clarify
Bramwell,
something.
order.
Yes.
We will put you on oath.
Yes.
If you proceed that way. Senator Sifuna?
Yes, Bramwell, Belinda has a degree in tours and travel.
Okay.
Yes, there is a mismatch of skills in your department. And when we bring them up, it's not that because we have anything against you or against these officers. They could be more useful in other departments.
Na baba, mimi baada ya kusaini hiyo kitu, unajua kazi yangu ni rahisi sana. Mimi nakaa na marking scheme tu. Nakaa na marking scheme. Si kuna agenda 10 pale. Iwapo Mkenya mwingine yoyote atachukuliwa na polisi ati abducted afichiwe mahali, chama cha UDA na kiongozi wake William Ruto watakuwa wamekeuka mkataba ambao tumeandikisha. Iwapo polisi wa Kenya hawatawajibika, watoe fidia kwa familia za watu ambao walipoteza maisha yao kulingana na jinsi ambavyo huo mkataba unasema, Mheshimiwa William Ruto na chama chake cha UDA watakuwa wamekiuka mkataba wetu. Iwapo kufikia mwaka huu wa fedha kaunti zetu hazitapokea bilioni 450 kulingana na vile tumesikizana, UDA na party leader wao watakuwa wamekiuka mkataba na chama cha ODM. Hiyo ndo kazi yangu tu, hakuna kazi nyingine. Tunataka wafuate vile tumesikizana. You know, Kindiki doesn't strike me as somebody who has even ever slaughtered a chicken. That Kindiki cannot even hold a rungu and come and beat me up. Kindiki does not scare anyone. He doesn't scare anyone because he knows he's not the one who will come to my house to arrest me. If he tries, he knows what will happen. He will send goons in police uniform. Kuja wewe mwenyewe Kindiki. He's talking like that because he knows he can hide behind the police. Shame on you, Kindiki.
Nyamaza. Order. Kwanja kaunti yako iko na 90 billion. Nyamaza. Kwanza niulize swali. Ni senator wa Embu County anaongea.
Ask a question. You cannot give us stories. If you want to give us stories, go and see the CS in the ministry and give us those stories you are giving us here. We are not here to kiss people's behinds. We are here to ask critical questions about the doctor strike.
He should be thrown out, Mr. Speaker. Why would you allow Senator Sifuna to use parliamentary language by calling us that we are kissing people's behind? We are not. Our kisses are for somewhere else, Mr. Speaker. We don't kiss anybody's behind, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Sifuna, I would urge you to withdraw kissing whatever part of the body you had referred to and make it more parliamentary.
Which society? And in this particular house, Honorable Speaker, there is nothing like seniority coming from how old you are. It is what is in your brain. It is what is in your head. So you can't come here heckling and telling us you are senior to us, Honorable Cheriot. You are just lucky that I have been directed to be nice. Otherwise, you would have seen the full wrath of Edwin Sifuna.
Sifuna, is this the right plan?
First, let me tell Khalwale, I don't know why he imagines I live in Karen. I don't live in Karen, Khalwale. I can't afford it yet. Number two, the question of slums, the slums you see in Nairobi, is an income issue. It's not a housing problem. It's an income issue. If you have ever had a conversation with anyone who lives in those areas that you're talking about, they have not chosen to live there, Khalwale. If they had the sort of resources that you and me have, they would not be living there. You must address the question of income of these people, economic empowerment of these people that will enable them to be able to afford proper housing. It is not their desire to live in those places. If they had the resources to get out of those areas, they would. And there is no one in Nairobi or in Kenya who would not enjoy a house with running water, flushing toilet, clean environment. All of us would want those things. But your economic situation is what determines how you live. When I first came to Nairobi, I used to live in a servant's quarter in South B Estate because that's what I could afford. Immediately I got my first job. They used to pay me 40,000 shillings. I was able to afford a 2-bedroom house in Roysambu. I moved from the SQ to the 2-bedroom in Roysambu. Then I got another job. They used to pay me 100,000 shillings in 2010. I moved to a 3-bedroom bungalow in Mlolongo. So, Khalwale, what we are saying is empower people financially. Put money in people's pocket first. I am all for sustainable cities. This urban regeneration program that you're talking about, by the way, even today, we have public participation meetings in Nairobi. Personally, I'm going to attend 2, one in Jericho and another one here in Woodley, because we're having a conversation with the residents of Nairobi about regeneration of the old city council estates. There has been a lot of hue and cry But the City County of Nairobi has advertised that today there will be those public participations. I want the residents of Jericho who have been coming to my office to complain that nobody has consulted them, to make sure they attend today's public participation. Now, you can see, Trevor, that we have already been profiled as leaders of Azimio, that it doesn't matter if we are making sense. Khalwale will not listen to us. I saw William Ruto in church the other day saying that the noise that you hear is like the choir that accompanies the preaching, that this noise is the usual noise, which is why I'm saying I have accepted Khalwale, that it doesn't matter how much sense I make, you will not listen to me.
Edwin Sifuna, you are being called a Gachagua mole. Are you Gachagua's mole or not?
I'm too big to be anyone's mole. People should be Sifuna's moles. What does Gachagua's mole mean, by the way, in your understanding?
You know the history of moles.
I don't know. What does being
in the
Gachagua's
country's
mole?
politics?
I did not go to school to please Khalwale. And I am entitled to use my education because it's my father and mother who paid for it. In the manner that I deem fit. You use yours in the manner in which you deem fit.
Simbo! 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 There are some people who want to appoint themselves supervisors, as if we made the commitment to them. We did not make the commitment to them. We made the commitment to the people of Kenya. And our responsibility and reporting is to the people of Kenya.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. I want to clarify, make it very clear that I am the supervisor that the president was talking about yesterday. The implementation of the MOU. I wrote it, I know it by hand. He didn't read it because I'm the one who took it to him. He didn't read it. So I am the one who will supervise the implementation of that MOU. And I was made supervisor by my boss, Raila Amolo Odinga. If you want him to fire me as a supervisor, you talk to him. He's in Bondo. I want one student to come and tell us what they understand by the word final and comprehensive. For 5,000 shillings, come up. Kuja. I know you. I remember you. Can I have another mic? Have a chill. Tell us your name.
My name is Charlene Mora from Kenswood Senior School.
From?
Kenswood Senior School.
Now, Charlene.
Yes.
You said Charlene?
Yes.
Charlene, there are leaders in this country who do not understand what final means. What does the word final mean?
The word final, I won't use hard terms or anything, but it means that they have to give us the last and not more than they have promised.
Correct. You can use the word last, ya mwisho. After final, nothing else happens. Ndio? Sasa, kama huyu msichana wa shule anaelewa maana ya final, wale wakora ambao wanatuambia ati baba alisema ati hiyo project iendelee, ati watu waendelee kuzungumza forever, tunawaambia washindwe wasishindwe. Haya. Kwa kujua vitu ambayo imeshinda viongozi wengine, tumpige tao yake 5, si ndio? Leo ni Friday bwana.
Kamsema wenda kase. Toto kikiana ni baba na ni we. Ni kama vitu neza shukisha na we. Kama ni sema tuendele. Shani kake ni kame fall bungulu. Ako magode mini kwa mabungulu.
Asante.
I want a handshake.
You want a what?
A handshake.
A handshake. Sawa. Thank you. Now,
Omba kamati ya parapara iweze kuangalia na makini, kwa sababu mara mingi tumekuwa tukipatia magavana pesa, na Nairobi ni city, ingefaa gavana wa Nairobi afanye kazi kulingana vile inafaa, ndio mambo kama hii isifanyike tena. Ninakumbuka Bwana Spika, mwaka mmoja iliyopita huyu gavana mwenyewe ndiye alisukua takataka na akaenda akafunga njia ya Kenya Power. Kwa hiyo ningeomba Bwana Spika iweze kuangaliwa huyu gavana anafanya kazi namna gani, na pia iweze kuangaliwa hata sisi senators tunafaa tuwe oversight, tunafanya vizuri. Na Bwana Spika, tumeona wengine wakisimama mbele ya magavana wengine, Bwana Spika, maseneta wakienda kusema vile kazi haifanyiki. Kwa hivyo naomba iweze kuangaliwa, ndio hata seneta wa Nairobi ambaye anaenda kila kona akisema mambo ya tamu moja aweze kuangalia mambo ya oversight, vile kazi Nairobi inafaa ifanywe. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, naunga hiyo statement mkono, iweze kuangaliwa kazi itafanywa namna gani, kwa sababu tukiendelea hivyo mambo ya kipindupindu, mambo ya malaria itaonekana katika city yetu. Kwa hivyo Bwana Spika, naunga mkono. Asante.
You know, Mr. Speaker, you were not in the seat earlier. There was some very interesting input from some of my colleagues about the work of this House. And some of them were casting negative aspersions as some of us saying that we have not done our oversight work well. Speaker, I would expect that those members would be in the House now, because most of them come from actual agricultural areas. And I remember very correctly, Honorable Speaker, that the question of minimum guaranteed returns for our farmers was a promise that was made by the current administration. And even those of us who are on the Azimio side, we promised Kenyan farmers that we would put in place a mechanism to guarantee certain returns, at least when they go to their farms, that they are able to recover what it is that they put in terms of recovery of costs. Mr. Speaker, would you believe it that some of the senators there who are pointing fingers and saying Nairobi has not been properly oversighted? I remember, Honorable Speaker, that as a member of the County Public Accounts Committee, the chair of PAC sometimes has to restrain some of these senators from praising their own governors when they appear before these committees. And it is quite an interesting phenomenon, Honorable Speaker, that a senator would start praising a governor appearing before a committee.
Senator Mundigi.
Yeah. Yangu ni kusema, mnajua saini saa 7 ni wakati wa njaa imeingia. Sasa rafiki yangu ako juu, gavana ako juu, mimi naomba dialogue.
Mimi siko juu.
Sawa. Mimi naomba dialogue kwa sababu gavana wamekubali pesa ilitumika na ni makosa imepatikana. Ile kitu muhimu katika ulimwengu ni mambo ya dialogue. Bora gavana apatiwe time, aende arudishe pesa before muweke recommendation. Bora tu ni yeye aseme atakaa muda gani kama amerudisha pesa. Hiyo ni kitu kidogo. Yes, makosa ilifanyika.
We have undertaken, we are going to refer that money immediately. It goes through the COB.
Okay. No. We need to close this. I need to provide guidance that Senator Mundigi you're a friend of the committee, not a friend of the governor in this current setup. So don't forget that. Asante sana. Can we proceed?
Madam Speaker, we on the minority side have come to accept that in this House we are going to have to contend for the next 4 years with the prevalence of acute short man syndrome.
What's going on here?
On the majority side. Because there are 2 senators who are now becoming...
Senator Sifuna, did you come to second the motion?
Yes, I stand to second the motion.
And you
but
keep
I must
to
begin...
the content of the seconding.
Yes, allow me to lay a background.
Don't describe characters.
Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
No, I have not described anyone. And Madam Chair, what I want to request you, please don't engage in our brawls. Please, just sit and be a neutral referee. I have not named anyone. I have just said that we have come to accept that in this House we will have to be content with very serious acute short man syndrome by some people on the majority side. This is why every time we stand here, we are hardly ever given an opportunity to express our opinions in the manner in which we are supposed to. Our interest here is to debate things soberly. But if the environment does not allow for us to debate soberly, we will act the way these short men want us to act. We will be short like them. Madam Speaker, You are not a short man. Why are you heckling? Stop heckling. But secondly, Speaker, I wanted to say that I think you have a responsibility as the head of this house to ensure that every senator who comes to this house gets opportunity to travel to every corner of this country. I was in Mandera, and the Honorable Speaker, because I'm a Luya, I'm a Bukusu man, I believed that the sweetest meat you can eat is chicken meat that is cooked by your mother. When I go to Mandera, Honorable Khalwale, they have meat they call nyiri nyiri. It is camel meat. It is extremely sweet. And when I was there, I said, Mr. Speaker, if you are just used to eating in your mother's house, you will believe that your mother is the best cook. People need to move from the areas and see the suffering that is out there. Mandera County, an entire county, has no access to electricity. Then you come and tell us, Honorable Speaker, anyway. Speaker, there is a community called the Chamus that live in Baringo. I have had occasion to go to Baringo.
I've come here. This is a matter of national importance, for heaven's sake. Let us be
the reason why I am reacting to you the way I am is because you've not even seen the
I have not come here.
And you're busy responding. Stop gatekeeping.
I've come here.
These things you can't gatekeep anymore. Stop gatekeeping.
And please,
we must deal with this issue nationally. It's a national important issue.
Supply information. Wait for the information. If you don't need it, Kenyans need it.
Honorable Chair, yes. If the CS is tired of answering questions by the representatives of the people, let him tell us. Let him tell us. He can walk out and come back on a day that he feels his temperament is something that is befitting of a cabinet secretary of the Republic of Kenya. This is Parliament. We are not here to be nice to each other. You are saying you are giving answers to the public. Those public don't ask you those questions anymore. They ask us. We are the ones elected by the public. So, Honorable Chair, I think the CS must apologize for throwing a tantrum here. Yet we are here on serious business to be able to find answers to the questions of the public.
What was your favorite subject uko high school?
Toa tu maths kwanza. Chemistry linilemea, nilipatanga 16%. Time moja nikiwa form 2 bana. Nikaachia hapo. Unajua sasa ilikuwa elective. So zile ma course tulikuwa tunafurahia ni vitu za yani light duties. English, Swahili, history, geography. Hata nakumbukanga wakipost nini? Zilikuwa zinaitwa clusters za ile course unataka kufanya kampo. Nikaona tu hiyo cluster ya law imeingiana tu vizuri. Geography, history, ACE, kulikuwa na kitu inaitwa ACE, Social Education and Ethics. Unapiga A zako hapo 5 straight. Unaingia University of Nairobi kama wakili. Wacha watu wengine wajisumbue na physics huko na mahesabu. Dafu ilikuwa imenilemea, nilikuwa nimekubali.
Uongo. The worst umeipata ni ngapi? Because mimi nikipita 5 ni hivyo. Na hata na
wacha nikwambie the best nilipata ni C. Lakini nilikuwa nakulanga tu E, ilikuwa tunaitanga fork. Ilikuwanga standard ya math nikitoka form 1 mpaka form 4. KCSE ndo nilijaribu nikapata C. I'm telling you the truth.
But KCSE mlikuwa nalika?
Hapana. Mimi na siwezi kudanganya. Sisi hatukuwa nalika. Msingu.
Dry.
Msingu tulikuwa tunaingianga dry. Hii lika imeanza tu juzi kwa prevalent. Lakini kulikuwa na mashule zingine zilikuwanga notorious. Sisi tulikuwa tunasoma.
Ukiamrudi shule sasa hivi somo unaenda?
Siwezi. Afadhali mniue. Unajua wacha nikwambia hata after nimalize high school I used to have nightmares. Unajua sasa hiyo dome tulikuwa tunalala. Ilikuwa na hizi trusses za mbao. Haikuwa na ceiling. So kuna time nilikuwa after nimaliza high school nilikuwa naota uko unaona hiyo ceiling ya dome. Unashtuka bana, unasema zilikuwa nimemaliza hiki kitu.
Nimemaliza shule.
Unaamka una sweat una sweat bana. Watu wamekurudisha form 2.
Huwezi rudi college.
Siwezi kubali.
University or
siwezi kubali. Hata kampo maisha ilikuwa ngumu.
Mimi na wewe tukosema hata kusoma hapa inanielemea juu. Shule hapana.
Siwezi.
Kwa ina day unakulaga mara ngapi?
Once.
Saa ngapi asubuhi?
Saa kama saa na ikifika 3 hivi nitakula.
And then that's it for the day.
Unajua gym ilinishinda. So unajua
so lazima utilize moja.
Lazima uende OMAD ndio at least kamwili kasinone sana.
So what's your go to meal?
Si utaiona hapa tu ni nini wanaitanga aleso. Boiled goat na rice hivyo tu.
And that's it.
That's it.
Do you take coffee ama tea?
Coffee ndio hiyo hata nilikuwa nakunywa.
Okay. Haya, who's your favorite artist kwa industry?
Saizi?
Yes. Mwenye unaweza sema
tu calligraph juu kuna fala alikuwa ananichokoza pale Twitter. Ataelewa.
So calligraph the whole day.
Ako sawa. Ako sawa.
What's your favorite
na
song?
kuna vijana wengine hapo wanajiita vijana barubaru.
Barubaru,
maboy wangu because me like vibe yao.
What's your favorite song ya calligraph?
Ikifika usiku sutanipea.
Tap give it up. Okay. Wewe kumbe ni mnoma hivyo.
Kujaribu tu.
Mtu akuna kujaribu gani? Ushaenda Mugithi night ama any of your Ohangala night?
Tulikuwa tunaendaga kitambo. By the way, sijui nini ilifanyika na hizo cultural nights zilikuwa kali. I think zilikuwa zina make sense.
Yeah, sana.
Tulikuwa tunaenda hizo za Luo night, Luya night. Zilikuwa zinashikaga poa sana but I don't understand what happened. These days they are not as regular as they used to be. Alafu pia I think kulikuwa na proliferation ya hizo my events, kila mtu anafanya yake. So nasikia kuna Luya night huku, Luya night huko. Hizo day ilikuanga tu mmoja and it was a cultural event for this city. Unajua hii tao I think potential ya sherehe imeenda chini sana. Hizo cultural nights kulikuwaga tukiwa kampo kulikuwa na kitu kingine kwa inaitwa nini? Zile za Sprite. Zilikuwa zinaitwa aje konje? Man of experience.
You know the problem is Sifuna, you shout, just...
You are a lawyer, Bana, my friend.
Yes, I'm a lawyer, and I think I'm a better lawyer than you.
But you're speaking like a mamamboga.
Yes, I'm a better lawyer than you. I'm not just a loud man like you ODM are. No, the problem with you ODM guy, you're just a loud man, but you're empty.
Read the law.
Listen.
Aladwa has one vote, Sifuna has one vote. Let him cast his vote for Ruto. I will not cast my vote for Ruto. It is that simple. This is the democracy that we enjoy in ODM. Let him speak. And you see, the thing that amuses me is that these guys will run around saying all sorts of things. They say, oh, we will support Ruto. When Sifuna says he will not support Ruto, suddenly they cry for months. Like after this show, they'll be wailing for a month, saying, oh, how can Sifuna say this? I have a mouth. I have a mouth, just like Aladwa's mouth. In fact, we are the same because he's a lawyer like me. Aladwa can say things because he has the democratic freedom to say those things. If he has decided that he's going to vote for Ruto in 2027, that is up to Aladwa. He knows what he's getting out of there. But I cannot, for heaven's sake, reconcile my conscience to support a regime that is killing our people, a regime that has destroyed lives, a regime that has destroyed the economy, destroyed the livelihoods of Kenyans. So, up to them. Let everybody make a decision. That is why they give you an individual ballot. They don't bring all the ballots to the SG to vote for them. Everybody will cast their vote. I have made up my mind on how I'm going to cast mine. Let everybody cast their ballots and live with their conscience.
Okay. Ekuru, you want to
listen.
And you
I'm not going to...
Utakunywa gin ama whiskey?
Gin!
On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know Kenyan music?
Mimi niko sawa.
I want to play a game called Finish the Lyrics. Kenyan music.
Sawa, twende.
So, so nitakusave na love emoji.
Oh, nitofishoni. PDA bila uoga July says ni peti. Kama hizo. Ngoma imenibamba, kuna kademu kwa naibanga hapo second verse. Mkimuona
tumwambie.
Mbe kuna list anavaa jazz.
Kabebe kazoze.
Unibebe mbele ya kerende. Cash crop za Nyandarua ni mawaru. I think
kuna pahali.
Ndio najua.
Kuna pahali.
Nataka kwenda na ni saa hii, sijui nini na nini, kitu kama hiyo.
Utakunywa gin ama whiskey?
Gin. Kuna hii ngoma mpya. Unataka kuniuliza juu ngoma mpya ya Meja kusema we amua ama na wewe.
Wewe tumbie hiyo.
Sijui lyrics imetoka tu juu. Honorable Speaker, as part of the leadership in Nairobi, I was deeply embarrassed by what we saw in the city on Friday. Somehow, Mr. Speaker, when I take the mic, the volume just plummets. I don't know what is going on. But the point that I was making is that we were deeply embarrassed as
What are you
leadership.
trying to suggest, Senator for Nairobi?
I'm trying to suggest that there is internal sabotage whenever some of us take to the floor, because we have also things to say. We might not shout in your ear like the previous speaker, but we want to be heard. Honorable Speaker, as a leadership in the city, we were deeply embarrassed by what happened in Nairobi on Friday. We have lost over 25 people in Nairobi alone. There is more than 4,000 families that have been affected by the flooding. And Honorable Speaker, what we want to say is our deepest condolences to all of those who have lost their loved ones. Our pole to the people who were affected in one way or by the floods. I know there are members here who were stuck on the road. Many Kenyans were stuck on the road overnight. Honorable Speaker, it was deeply, deeply embarrassing. And I said that as part of that leadership, you will hear no excuses from me. Honorable Speaker, it is quite surprising that a member of this House can forget that we have limited roles as senators. And this House knows the work that all of us have done in terms of oversighting of governance. And therefore, if the expectation from anyone in this House is that Senator for Nairobi is responsible for opening drainages, I think it is the height of hypocrisy, Honorable Speaker. Even in our political differences, you should not swing low blows, Honorable Speaker. I have had various stories, including now we are being told that the city floods because it is built on a swamp. I think we all know, and we have known for all these years, of the problems around the drainage in Nairobi. And we can no longer give stories to the public, Honorable Speaker. We want at this particular moment in time to ensure, Honorable Speaker, that there is a comprehensive review of how this entire city drains so that these things don't happen again. I heard somebody say that the rains are things that we expect. It cannot be a surprise. And we know that it will rain again, including this week. But there are simple measures that can be put in place as we await a comprehensive review of how the city drains to ensure that these things don't happen again. Honorable Speaker, the last time we had flooding of a similar nature, they blamed settlements along the Nairobi rivers. And they kicked out many of our people from those settlements. And we thought that was the solution. But it is clear that these piecemeal interventions are not working. And that therefore, there needs to be a proper audit and review of how the entire city drains. And there's talent and young people, engineers who have done this work in other places who can be able to help us as a city to be able to stem this problem. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, there are simple things that I believe we can put in place as a county administration to help to save lives. For instance, when the meteorological department has told you that there's going to be heavy flooding, why can't we have early warning systems that can require employers to release people early from their offices so that we don't have traffic at those hours when it is raining, Honorable Speaker? Because it can be predicted with some degree of certainty the amount of rainfall we're going to receive on every single day, so that we warn people early to take precaution and to get home as fast as they can before the rains began. My first meaningful relationship of someone that I can say truly loved me was a nurse. Na nimemtext hapa sasa nikamwambia atakuwa kwa news, anasema nisimchomee, lakini nitasema nilikutana na huyu mrembo. Kuna shule ya nursing inaitwa Cecily McDonnell pale Nairobi Hospital. Huyu msichana alikuwa ananipenda governor, ukweli tu. You can imagine, alikuwa anaenda anachapa shift, anarudi nyumbani, na siku hiyo nilikuwa sina kitu, nilikuwa naishi kwa SQ pale South B. Anarudi asubuhi macho red, amechoka, amesimama usiku mzima. Lakini akipiga shower lazima aangalie mambo yangu ndiye alale. Sasa so wewe Cynthia, mahali huko, Mungu akubariki sana.
So Sifuna, how do we uphold the separation of powers?
The public can see why I cannot take advice from Farah Maalim. Yeah. When he tells me to go slow, my wings will fall off. They are my wings. Let them fall off if they will. But I will move at the speed that I'm moving with. Because it is, I want to tell you, Farah, it is possible for a president to govern in accordance with the law. You are saying things that do not even exist. And I want to advise you to leave the law to the lawyers. Because
can I just remind you one thing? Can I just remind you something?
Just write it down, Farah.
I have said I have refused all your advice. Because I can see you are speaking from a position of severe ignorance. There is no law in Kenya against being gay. That law does not exist. You have just created it here. The criminal or the penal code puts a penalty on having sexual conduct that is against the order of nature, including between a man and a woman. There is a law in this country called statutory rape. You people, where you come from, call it early marriage of children. You will not speak about those things, Farah, because you know you are picking the ones that you think are convenient for you to push your arguments. When somebody takes this constitution and swears upon it, he should know what he is swearing upon, Trevor. If you read this document at Article 2, it tells you what forms the law of this country. It includes customary law, but that customary law must be in accordance with this constitution. It includes the general rules of international law that shall form part of the law of Kenya. Judges develop the law, my brother. They develop the law. When there's those gaps in the law, they will tell you, like the Supreme Court, So when they identified, let me just say, when the Supreme Court identified gaps in the presidential case regarding whether a majority of commissioners should agree or whether all the commissioners should participate in announcement of the presidential results, they threw that ball back to Parliament. But when Parliament goes to make those laws, Parliament itself as an institution is subject to the Constitution. The Constitution requires that participation of the people was elevated from the Kanu Constitution, which I'm sure is still stuck somewhere in your head. It elevated the people's participation in lawmaking to a level where if you do not have effective public participation, that law will be struck out. That is not judicial overreach. Now, all of these things, Trevor, my brother Mungatana was trying to paint a picture of us in the opposition as people who don't participate in debates, and is trying to conflate my decision to reject or not to sit there and listen to Ruto's lies during the presidential debate. And do you know what? No. Even during that presidential debate, nobody is allowed to speak.
I think
just let me finish. Let me finish.
Parliamentary.
Let me finish.
Let's be parliamentary.
We are not in Parliament. How can we be parliamentary? We are on TV. We are not in Parliament. King is not here to protect you. We have to speak the way we speak. This is not Parliament.
No, you can't.
I can say. Who says I cannot say? This is not your show. It is his show. Let him be the one to tell me what I can say and what I cannot say. Let me finish. I'll finish.
Let me address
and then you'll address me. Let me finish first.
But you cannot call people
let me finish first.
How can you say this is a lie?
It is the English language. If something is not true, it's called a lie. This is not Parliament.
In my custom, you don't talk to elders or people. Pokomo custom.
We are not here under Pokomo customary law. We are not here under Pokomo customary law.
Talk with respect. Talk with respect.
What I want to say here.
This is not a public rally of ODM. You can't come here and start calling the president lies.
If you want us to operate, the president is not a Pokomo. The president is not a Pokomo. He's not an elder.
Kenyan, he's
not an elder.
Okay, Mungatana, hold on.
No, Sifuna, he should respect people.
Agree.
You can't come and say the president is telling lies.
It is lies.
If people are older than you, if people are older than you, please address them with decorum. This is not a public rally.
Agreed. Decorum. Yes.
Let me tell you, you did not call us here under Pokomo customary law.
Correct.
So let him take Pokomo customary law back to Garsen. I was not going to sit and listen to Ruto's lies as an elected official, so I chose to stay away from that debate. But
I'm saying,
the point that I am making,
you need
in
to
terms of
deliberately correct the way we use our language here. We are before the public.
Yes, you will answer that. Yes, go ahead.
The president is a liar. I can say it 100 times, and I can demonstrate it to you. And I did it before Parliament and explained the points made that were not factual. It is unanswered.
Not factual is not the same as lies.
Not factual is lies.
It is
not.
Hold
on. Let the younger gentleman hold on. Let's listen.
No, let me finish. I had not finished. I'm being heckled. I had not finished. I had not finished. And this is the tactic they want to use. Let me finish. Let me finish. I will finish. If you don't want me to come to this show, you can tell me. You can have these Pokomo elders come and praise the president all they want. But when I am here, I will speak because it is not Mungatana that invited me here. It is you. Now, when it comes to the question of public participation, he said that he didn't see Sifuna appearing at public participation. I'm not a member of the public. The public participation is for people to speak openly about programs that are being run by people in the legislature and people in the executive. Yes. So that by the time it comes, my turn will come. My turn will come when the bill comes to the House for me to debate. I don't want to go into a public participation, hog all the limelight as an elected member, have my views precede the views of other people, ordinary people. This is a forum that has been created for ordinary people. That is why, Trevor, when the question of BBI went before the courts, do you remember the court saying that the president is not a person who can initiate a constitutional amendment because of his position in society? So these people who go to public participations, you are an elected senator, you are an elected member of parliament, you go there with people in buses, you have brought your own people to pay them and to try and shape the opinions of the people. Allow the public to speak freely about the programs that we are initiating both as a legislator and the executive. Finally, I want to say this, Trevor. Mimi siogopi. If my wings will be clipped today, let them be clipped. But I'm asking myself this question. If it is true that the people of Kenya have rejected this housing levy, the courts have found fault with this housing levy, you have a person in the executive saying he will disobey court orders, he has already disobeyed the will of the people, saying they will proceed with this thing anyway. What is in it for him? I will not be surprised, Trevor. If you go and do a deep dive into this particular project, you will find the suppliers of this material for construction is his friends, if not himself. You'll find he's the one bringing cement, you'll find he's the one bringing the construction steel, and some of these people, they are just talking here. When the truth about this housing project comes out, all of these people will be put to shame. So let us not be gagged. Let us speak freely, because that is what the Constitution guarantees us. You will not be threatened.
Can I say something? First of all, Trevor, we are before the public. We are not in a public rally here. It is proper for us to respectfully address each other and respectfully address those who are not seated with us here. Have the courtesy of he is the president of the Republic of Kenya. I don't stand and say Raila is a liar. Raila is doing.
But you can say that.
It's not
that is the Constitution guarantees freedom of speech. And the limitations are there.
This kind of
if Raila tells a lie, you can say this is a lie.
Right. That's not right. It's not right. And this reflects the generational issues in this leadership. You know, there are people who have no restraint whatsoever. No restraint whatsoever. They talk like they are in their bedrooms or their streets. It is wrong. When we are talking to your elders, you talk with respect.
You elders, what have you done for this country? You have messed this country for the other generations. You are not people to speak.
Sifuna was not. I looked for Sifuna in all hotels in Addis. I did not see.
What did you want to do to me in the hotel?
I did not see.
Why are you looking for me in the hotel?
Trevor, I'm just confirming that our heart is with Baba.
Yeah.
Sifuna's heart is fading away. I don't know what has happened to Sifuna. Sifuna is I know you can no longer hold him. You know, we are trying to hold him and he's just slithing away. You know, he seems to be too independent.
Ni naweza ongea Kiluya huyu jamaa leo. Omwana. Nebandika nano ali okoloruri so chama kwa custom mtawe.
No. That's why.
Trevor, we have said this. There used to be a time in the Nyayo era when development would flow depending on your psychophancy and how long you spend on your knees bowing to the king that was the king then. You understand? Those times are past because we have a new constitution right now that even sets out what every share, what every county's share is. So as a governor, you know for a fact, and that is the job of the Senate to which I was elected, you know that you have an X amount of money that is allocated and it is for development. You are the CEO of that county. William Ruto cannot do anything about that amount of money because it is here. It is set in the constitution that we have devolved system of government. These members of parliament have responsibilities. The responsibilities of senators are set out. There is nowhere, Khalwale, in this document where the responsibility of a senator is to follow up on promises made by the executive. So you cannot tell me that Senator of Kisumu was there to follow up on development. Which development was he following up on? We are all senators here. Which development was he following up on? He has a responsibility to fight for a greater allocation for the county of Kisumu. That is what I was elected to do as a senator of Nairobi. We are going to be discussing the division of revenue bill. It is coming right now. And we have taken a position, and I am happy that even Khalwale said this on the floor of the House, that the discussion about what amount goes to the counties is a discussion not to be held in public barazas. It is to be held on the floor of the Senate. That is where your value is. So anybody lying to you that I'm going to State House so that I can be able to follow up on development, I would rather they be bold and forthright like Khalwale has encouraged them. Just say, I am tired of the party on which I was elected. I feel more affinity to X political party. And we want actually today, we will be putting Speaker Kingi on notice that house is not his house. I did not spend all the time that I have spent canvassing for votes here in Nairobi to receive 716,000 votes to be gagged by somebody who was never elected by anybody in the House in the name of a speaker. His job is to enforce the rules. His job is to enforce the rules. The rules are clear. If you look at standing order number 23, Trevor, it says that a leader or a whip may be removed by a majority of the votes of the senators belonging to the minority party. I have told you that in the minority party, we have 20 ODM senators, 4 from Wiper and 5 from our former friends in Jubilee. That's a total of 29. It doesn't matter which angle you take a picture of the Senate PG. Of course, the ODM senators are always going to be more because there's 20 of us. But that does not mean that it is a decision of ODM. So what is required is for us to be able to tender a decision that has been taken by the minority to the Speaker. His role is singular, to pronounce or make an announcement on the floor of the House. Yesterday, instead of reading what the minority party has resolved, he opens the matter up for debate. In fact, he allows the majority leader to say things that he's not allowed to say. They want to be the ones to impose the leadership on the minority side. It is like the Speaker has become Cherargei's majority leader's puppet, Senator Cheruiyot's puppet, because Senator Cheruiyot has no business in the leadership of the minority side. So what they are doing, and the Speaker, without any basis in law, he says that today he's going to make a ruling. A ruling on what? There is no controversy before the House. We have made a decision as a minority. All he needs to do is to respect that minority decision. And finally, Trevor, we are not going to be cowed. We don't fear Speaker Kingi. You know, he imagines that we fear him. We do not fear him. We are telling him that that House belongs to us. He's supposed to be an independent arbiter of the debate on the floor. And in fact, in the first session, we did very well. Because Khalwale here, and Cherargei will agree with me, Kenyans have serious matters and they are looking upon the leadership to be able to deliver. We have serious matters. I saw a motion yesterday from my brother, Senator Chute, on trying to reduce the cost of electricity. We have the division of revenue coming up. Yeah. We cannot spend time on trivialities. Okay. Speaker Kingi has allowed the Senate to degenerate into a circus. Okay. So what we want to see is respect for the rule of law. If that is what they are saying, we agree. All right. Let the Speaker respect the standing orders.
All right. The Speaker is not trying to make a decision so as to decide on whether it is right or wrong for the minority side to change leadership on their side. All he's doing is that, please give it to me, let me process it, and let the House decide. And when the House meets...
Not a decision on who should be where.
No, he has no power. Okay. Just like yesterday, Senator Sifuna, we did not need you for us to effect the changes that we made on our side. You will also not need us because we cannot stop you from replacing a person who you wish to replace. Okay. On our side, we changed quite a number of people. Even Senator Cherargei here, he lost a committee because we were informed by the fact that in Bungoma, a new senator has come. In Elgeyo Marakwet, a new senator has come. Yeah. Senator Esther Olekunyuri came in belatedly. So we have had to accommodate them. Okay. So they will be informed by the political dynamics to then approach the House, and we are going to give it to you. Hold your horse. Why are you running ahead of yourself?
Yeah. Trevor, there's only one problem, and Senator Khalwale is a more seasoned parliamentarian than me. Yeah. He knows that everything in the House is guided by this document.
Yes.
Khalwale, can you show us on this document where that procedure you are giving is there, is provided for?
Yes.
Because in my reading of this document, in fact, we don't need the Speaker to do anything. Because it says a senator, the removal of a senator from office under paragraph 3 shall not take effect until a senator is elected in the manner provided for under paragraph 1. Once another person has been elected on that position, you have no role. This procedure you are describing is not there. The Speaker has no role. All that is done is for him to be notified, and he makes and issues a communication to the House. There is no procedure. This one you are making up here. On this.
I'm glad that.
And this is the problem we have.
Thank you.
What we are saying.
I'm glad.
What we are saying.
Let me give it to you.
No, I held my horses. What's wrong with the horse?
Okay, my horse is held.
Please, what we are saying, Khalwale, is that let us maintain fidelity, because today it's going to be me, tomorrow is going to be you. And the Speaker's role is to enforce these rules. In fact, the problem we are having, like yesterday, I was shocked, Khalwale, and you can educate me on these standing orders, that you can actually rise on a point of order so that you speak to your colleagues. That is exactly what the Senate of Garissa was allowed to do. He rises on a point of order and says, I just want to take this opportunity to speak to my colleagues on there. That is not provided for anywhere. And Speaker Kingi You can see him and you're asking him what is his point of order. Whenever it is a person from the minority side, he will insist more than 3 times saying, Sifuna, what is your point of order? What is your point of order? Because he wants you to cite the specific provision upon which you are rising. But yesterday, he allowed people to lecture us, including me to be adversely mentioned. And when I rose up to ask, you are going to make a decision on what? You have not heard from me. I have been adversely mentioned. So whatever decision is going to make Khalwale, we can all agree. First, he does not have powers to intervene in matters of political parties. Second, that he's misconducted himself by failing to apply the standing orders, you know, so that it doesn't matter whether he rules right or wrong. Okay. The speaker is out of order.
All right.
The tradition and customs and practice of parliament is that nothing can come, no business can come on the floor of the house unless that business is approved by the House Business Committee in the National Assembly and the Senate Business Committee in the Senate.
All right.
You are wrong.
Yes. If I'm wrong, then I'm not worthy.
Okay.
Being a parliamentarian in this republic.
All right. Let's see how
let's close this debate by me reading this.
Let's hold the horses.
I was inviting you to read it for us.
Yeah, I want to read.
Yes. The standing orders are so explicit that they have even put timelines as to when a matter which has come before the House Business Committee shall find its way onto the order paper.
Okay.
That is called the practice, tradition, and customs of transacting parliamentary business.
All right.
Learn from us.
All right.
Now, can I just read? I just want to read. Please allow me to read this standing order that you're referring to. Just let me read.
Yeah.
Let him.
Trevor, you only go to customs, procedures, and traditions of parliament. This is standing order number 1.
Yes, that's what I told you at the beginning.
Yes. In all cases where matters are not expressly provided for by these standing orders, the matter of replacement of the leadership of the Senate is expressly provided for under standing.
Mambo Mhesh. Uko aje?
Mimi ndio huyu.
First of all, ni nyinyi mlienda na DJ?
DJ alikuja na sisi. Sisi unajua tuibangi, sisi hawezi.
Okay.
Alikuja tu yeye mwenyewe, anasikia wanamchorea sana, wampige ka offer. Vijana wanasema mboka ni mboka. Wakimtolea do mzuri, unajua sisi hatumlipangi.
Yes.
So job ni job, aenda afanye hiyo kazi, hakuna shida.
Atakubali.
DJ mwingine niko sure kuna ma DJ hapo. Wakiiba spider bana, mniletea hata what is the opposite of spider?
Tukuletea nini?
Hata wadudu nyingi.
Aya, when you heard Kenyans saying sisi ndio Sifuna for the first time. What did that mean to you, like for you?
I felt very safe bana. Unajua sasa tukikuwa wengi hivyo, wanasema the safety in numbers.
Yes.
Na pia nakupea confidence kwamba hata wakijaribu kuniangusha, kuna watu wengine kama milioni 10 hapo wataendelea na safari.
Yes.
So I'm very happy for the country and I remain eternally grateful for the support that we've received.
Okay. And what do you think that means for Kenyans?
I don't know what it means, man. Unajua we have a historic opportunity in 2027, just less than 18 months.
Yes.
To set some records straight. Kama kuna ufala fulani hatutakubali. Wale watu wote walikataa kusikiza wananchi. Kuna wengine hapa wanapiga kelele na walivote in support ile finance bill yenye iliua watu wetu. So I think 2027 watu waangaliane kwa macho, tukumbushane kwa mambo fulani. Tukumbushane kwa mambo fulani and we set a record straight going forward, vile tunataka tukue tunatawaliwa na vile tutaishi.
Juzi ukiwa Kakamega ulisema zima hiyo kitu kama nyongi ya jana. Na kila mtu anajiuliza nyongi ya jana ni nini? Nyongi.
Majenzi wanajua hawa.
Nyongi ni nini?
Anajua, unaona vile anakuangalia?
Wanashangaa mimi nasema nyongi ni nini? Hata unaona.
Unajua mimi nawakilisha watu Nairobi. Hii Nairobi tuko na mambo yetu tu. Ya maji.
Okay.
So si ati ni kitu ya kutangaza, lakini wanajua na wanataka tu legalize. Wanajua.
Unaweza taka ikuwe legal?
Wao ndio wanataka, mimi ni wakilishi wao. Mimi nasimumiangi hizo vitu.
Walai.
Mimi ni mtu wa Taskalite, kila mtu anajua.
Okay. Aya, juzi ulikuwa game ya rugby. Between stadiums hizi tatu, Nyayo, Kasarani, Talanta, which one has the better vibe for Nairobi?
So how would I know about the vibe of a stadium I've never been to? Nyayo na Kasarani at least have been.
Yes.
Nyayo ni vibe because unajua Nyayo iko na access mzuri, ni karibu. Unajua watu wa Thika Road wanajua vile Thika Road mazeni ngori. So niliona mtu akiuliza ati watu wanaishi Thika Road kwa kupenda ama kuna court order wamewekewa. So Nyayo uzuri yake iko hapo karibu na Nairobi West. Tuko na historia kubwa na Nyayo mazeni.
Yes.
Nakumbuka uncle yangu alikuwa anapenda ball sana kabla adae. Tulikuwa tunaingia hapo West. Kulikuwa na base yake fulani hapo inaitwa Black Hawk. Sio bado iko. Kwanza tunaekelea kinyama hivi kina boil pole pole na ndizi mbili. Vibe inakuwa mzuri hapo Nairobi West kila mtu anapiga sherehe. Saa 9 mna cross mnaingia kiwanja, mnapiga watu mabao, mkitoka mnarudi tu hapo mnaendelea na sherehe. So mimi yani in my view Nyayo iko better than Kasa.
Okay. Unajulikana sana. You love playing FIFA, right?
Yeah, mimi ni mtu wa PS.
Sawa.
Tulianza na PS1 bana, msituone hivi.
Sasa uko PS?
Ulikuwa umezaliwa? Sasa tuko PS5.
Wako amezaliwa.
Kama uko na PS1 tafadhali. Tafadhali.
Aya. Ukicheza PS. Uko na AFC, unapenda AFC sana, right?
AFC hakuna kwa PS wewe.
Tu assume tu iko. Tu assume, let's assume.
Hatujafika hapo.
Aya, utastick na AFC ama utachagua Chelsea yako? In case iko.
Sasa AFC utacheza nayo FIFA bana, utapigwa mabao huko. AFC tunataka tu tucheze hii hapa local. Huwezi cheza AFC versus Chelsea. Hatujafika hapo lakini AFC iko tu sawa. Si tuko namba 2 sasa hivi. Iko tu sawa.
Aya, umekwama kwa jam Nairobi. Nairobi huwa na jam sana. Which is your go-to kind of music?
So music is a radio sana because of news. Sasa unajua baenu nyinyi ni radio station pia, nikisema sio nyinyi mtasikia vibaya. Local za Kenya ni
local.
But then I believe music is music. Yes, umesikia pale Gashumbere
ukaimba
area Gashumbere nendiro na Yesu. Ngoma ni ngoma, as in it doesn't matter kama ni gospel.
Yes.
But music is music. Kuna difference ya music na song.
Yes.
Kuna ngoma inaweza kubamba, inaweza kuwa reggae, inaweza kuwa gospel, inaweza kuwa local, inaweza kuwa R&B, inaweza kuwa anything. But music inakuwa music.
Gani local ya saina kubamba sana? Wacha Gashumbere?
Sasa si hiyo Gashumbere ni baba zaidi.
Aya. Okay, apart from designer suits, pia huwa ngara na tuhudi to ODM. If you are to choose one outfit, your go-to outfit, sinya utaki suti, what do you go for?
When hizi suti tunavaanga tu juu lazima tuvae tuende job. Ndio sheria za bunge zinasema huwezi ingia na tishu huko. But you know you need to feel light. Kama unaona sasa nishaanza kusweti.
Walai tena.
Kwa sababu ya the clothes a bit heavy. So ukinipiga tu ka t-shirt tu ka polo shirt na kaki zangu na some fitting shoes, mimi niko sawa.
Okay, ya mwisho. After a long day of Linda Mwananchi. Your go-to meal ni gani?
Si unapiga tu kisembe chako tu hivi
na nini
na kinyama tu ama whatever it is, kiprotein kile kitakuwa
na magreens gani
na kimanagu tu hivi alafu unaenda kulala.
Asante.
Inasaidia kuosha tear gas.
Wadi ya mwisho tunasaidia kuosha
tear gas.
Wadi ya mwisho
wadi ya mwisho bana, mkae tu ngumu. Kenya lazima tutaikomboa na mimi sitawaangusha na nyinyi pia msiniangusha. I saw them yesterday clapping and ululating, Honorable Speaker, at obvious lies.
And I'm asking my friend, the Honorable Senator from Nairobi, even if you want to score political points, is it in order to misinform this House that we were clapping at misinformation? Mr. Speaker, even if someone wants to be famous, to get TikTok likes, is it in order to misinform this House when we were there and we had it with our own 2 ears?
Are you done?
Is it correct to cast aspersions on colleagues, Mr. Speaker?
It's about to go down.
Mr. Speaker, as we say in Nairobi, there is no information there. And I want to confirm to this House and to Senator Mungatana, I am already famous. I don't need to be more famous than I am right now. So, the things that I am saying on this floor are not to earn me fame. I am already famous. I am saying, we saw you on TV clapping at obvious misinformation. Mr. Speaker, I don't know if Mungatana was in this House when the report from the Committee of Finance was presented to this House. It is the report of this committee that we passed on the budget policy statement that told us that the proposal from Treasury is to award or to give counties 420 billion Kenya shillings. The list I would have expected from a member of this House who was present there. And some of them call themselves Mulamamba. would have to stand up the way Governor Cecily Mbarile stood up and said, Honorable President, Mr. President, the figure that Mbadi sent to the House was 420. If he sent the wrong figure, you correct it there. The way that Cecily Mbarile, the only person who had the, I don't want to use the word that is in my head, the guts.
Senator of Nairobi.
Sifuna.
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 Edwin Sifuna. Sifuna. Wewe kama hutaki kukaa kwa chama, wewe shika njia uende.
What role does Sifuna play in ODM?
Sasa hii Sifuna akienda, what will happen?
Wewe senator, siku zako za kwenda zinakaribia.
Sifuna ndio sasa anasimamia wananchi. Sifuna, mkubali mtu wache Ruto.
Ukileta kitu ya ODM hapa, Sifuna can kill you.
My brother Sifuna, please, I am a member of your party.
Can you compare me with you, Sifuna?
I'm very understanding of Sifuna.
Sikujua ni nyinyi mko nyuma ya
Sifuna, ujue mimi ndio mazilishi wa ODM, so tunaweza kufanyia discipline.
Edwin Sifuna, I want to tell you, my brother, you are a good leader. Ukifukuzwa na William Ruto, you are welcome to DCP.
Whatever it is huyu jamaa atataka apatiwe because he is able.
Ukiangalia huko mbele utaona Sifuna.
Sasa wewe nani uongee kama hao hawajaongea?
Hakuna siku hata moja tumetoka katika hiyo agreement.
Yule mtu anaweza sema hiyo memorandum imekufa ni baba peke yake.
Memorandum of understanding. Ukina Sifuna waliandika hiyo. Mimi nimekuja tu kunisomea, mimi hii ndio tumeandika.
Kakamega Sifuna, huku Nyanza Sifuna, Kenya nzima Sifuna. Kwa sababu gani? Ukiwa top wewe ndio topic bwana.
Sifuna is the man you think yawajo word. Sifuna for president.
Bana, hakuna mtu anachukia kaka Koome by the way. Yeye na Kindiki. Hao watu wawili. Mimi nawaambia hiyo power imeingia kwa akili za watu. I'm telling you, jamaa akiongea kama huyo Kindiki. Mkikutana tu hivi mwanaume tu mwanaume, unafikiria anaweza ongea na anaongea. Mweka kibare akakojoa. Lakini jua kona anajua vizuri atajificha nyuma ya polisi. Hapo na kwa soprano kako.
Oh yeah.
Let's see who will come. Tomorrow. Let's see who will come to the road tomorrow. Hiki kimutu hiki. Wacha wapeleke hiyo kierere huko Haiti. Wacha wapeleke hiyo kierere. Mzee anamka, unasikia IG of police akiongea. Ati we will be deploying at 5 a.m. We will crash.